make it louder. If you guys don't know in Tandem, these guys are awesome, and the more galleries you work with, the cooler these guys get. So meet them, and if you're an artist, you should show your work because they really are very sweet people. This is a very nice gallery. Okay, let's see what to talk about with my work. So I have these figurative pieces over here. I think the most exciting thing that I can bring up, I just redid my artist statement and bio. I took a year off from working and got to rethink about sculpture and what I make and why I make it. And I've discovered that the more you lean into yourself and your work, the more people relate to it, which is super strange. Hard to get used to. I think coming out of school, you make work that you're like, everyone's gonna like this. But then the more personal you get, the more people kind of relate to it. So I'm all in now, I think. I still was hanging on to some of that, trying to make work that I thought went together. Now I just kind of want to play. That's what my new statement, Andy said it was okay. It was very informal. But I used to be a kid that would be out in the mud with plastic toys, and I could play all day. I flooded our backyard neighbor one time because I turned the hose on so I'd have a little river. And he had to come knock on our door and ask us to stop running the water. I don't know what that bill was like. It had to be bad, but the river was sweet. And now that I'm an adult, I don't play with my toys in the mud anymore, though it does cross my mind occasionally. But the way that I can get that storytelling and creativity out is to make stories out of these. And it's different because I only get to play with them for a couple days, and then they're firm and fragile. But they still kind of hold that story, and that's the part that I like best. And that's what I hope other people can get out of it too. My favorite thing is when someone sees their own story in that, and they can tell me what they see specifically, and it's completely different than my idea, but that's everything that's created. And you hope that people have that connection, that's just so cool. That's something to geek out about. Let's see. Okay, so I moved to Montana a few years ago for the Red Lodge Play Center. That was my first residency after undergrad, and I loved it, so I stayed. So now I live in Montana, California transplant. Talked to a couple California people about the changes you have to make when you go into a slower, like more calm area, that talk way too fast and glaze people over all the time, and everyone's so friendly, you're not used to people talking to you and being okay with it. But the line in the post office. But I love it. I love the clay community, and that's what got me in here in the first place, was meeting people and talking to them and the connections and how friendly everyone was. I didn't know what I wanted to do as an artist, but after my first conference, it was clay. Like, it's just the family and the connection, and it makes you excited, and you just want to be a part of it. It's very special, and I appreciate opportunities like this. This is killer. I definitely don't have 20 minutes of information on myself, but I'm demoing at Speedball, and if anyone has questions, I'm a talker off of a microphone, so if you want to chat, I would love to see any of you over there. All right? Thank you. Oh, sure. What is the inspiration for my career? Each one is different, and it'll be something that's festering, like an idea. It's kind of gross. An idea or something that I'm working on emotionally, or something that'll happen. This piece, I hate bringing it. I still want everyone to make up their own story, but the piece with the bags, I made that about my brother and I. Because I was thinking a lot about our relationship. He'd kill me if he was talking on a microphone about him. He's a country boy, and I don't see him very often, and so just thinking about growing up and our relationship, and I don't think he's ever put his hand on my shoulder like that. But the piece is called "I Miss the You Never Were," so I think that works pretty good. Yeah, it's all different. The rocking horse, all the pieces, they all have a little twist, which is the fun part. If you see something sweet like a bunny on a rocking horse, there is a sucker wolf head on the other side that she's carrying. Because I like that funk. I think that's exciting to have, because that's how I feel like I am. So Yeah, these two pieces are about just emotional junk, and then you get it out, and sometimes it's a little weird because it's sitting there in a physical form. You're like, ooh, you have to touch that now and paint it. But it's nice to have it out, like that expression is worth it. Yeah. We have another speaker.
Thank you, Kelsey. Thank you, thank you. So the next speaker we have is Catherine Maloney, and Catherine's right here. So Catherine.